Ibom Family Union held its 2025 Children's Conference with a strong message, preserving the Akwa Ibom mother tongue as a foundation of cultural identity.
A few years back, some eminent Akwa Ibomites in Abuja came together in my house as we were, just entertaining ourselves. A thought actually came to me and I shared it with them, and that was the birth of Ibom Family Union. And it was to teach our children our language, our culture, because we've noticed that our language and culture is going into extinction gradually. And so we said, no, we are proud of Akwa Ibom. We are proud to be Akwa Ibomites. And so we picked that up, and since that day we have been hosting year by year, our children. We gave them a platform to interact together, mingle together, but most importantly, learn our language, learn our culture. As you have seen today, we've been able to put so many things in place such that the children are, as you can see, very excited, because we have demystified all that kind of thoughts and belief that our Akwa Ibom language is local, is this. But we told them, no, you have to be proud of where you come from. You have to be proud of your language. You have to proudly speak. You have to proudly tell people that you are an Akwa Ibomite. Because we have seen our governor, Pastor Moino, live all his life in Lagos and came back, to Akwa Ibom and become a governor. But he did not forget his language. He did not forget his culture. Actually, he's a homeboy. For me, that I'm just a village after his village, I have seen him all. I know who he is. I know what his belief. I know that he believes in Akwa Ibom. He believes in our language. He is very proud to be an Akwa Ibom. And so we pick up from there, and that's why you see what you have seen today.
And as our slogan says, our family first. So this program is necessary to bring our children together, for them to understand the roots of their culture, their language, everything that has to do with Akwa Ibom. That's why this program was necessary.
It was a celebration of language, culture, and heritage, as the Ibom Family Union hosted the 2025 Children's Conference in the nation's capital, with the theme Embracing Our Mother Tongue, a panacea for our identity.
We are a group of friends who came together and saw a challenge and decided to prefer a solution. And one of the challenges we saw was, we are all Akwa Ibomites living in Abuja, and we came to Abuja and grew up together. We've worked most of our lives in Abuja. We found out that our own children were not understanding the language from our own special dialects. So we made a decision to make sure this change, this narrative is changed. And so what did we do? We came together, we decided to teach the children deliberately. As young as 2 years attended this conference, and I am very certain that that child will not go back the same, because what we did this year was very different. We arranged the children in their various classes according to their age and gave them age-related learning sessions. And that is why we believe strongly that our children are impacted.
We all come from Akwa Ibom State, and we believe that God having gathered us here in Abuja, the capital of Nigeria, there's need for us to also show presence. There's need for us to also sustain our identity. And so we, the sons and daughters of Akwa Ibom, felt that we should have a body that will bring us together, that will bring our children together, that will help our children to understand our local dialect, and that will help us not to extinct the very language that we spoke. We noticed that even back home, there are children who does not even understand one word in vernacular. Not to talk about children who have, come this far in Abuja. So we felt that, look, there are things you communicate. Language is very strong. There are some very critical and some messages that you need to quote to your children in the midst of certain things. And if you cannot tell them in the language they understand, that is a problem. So one of the key elements was how to help our children understand our culture, understand our language, know themselves.
There's no ethnic nationalities without tradition. There's no ethnic nationalities without culture. There's no ethnic nationalities without their language. So in a combination of these, it's beholden on us to uphold our cultural identity, either in terms of our food, in terms of our dialect, in terms of our drinking, our dressing, and so whatnot. So it is very germane for us to preserve our culture.
It's a landmark achievement of Akwa Ibomites in FCT Abuja, because we come to discover that all of us, we come from one family, that is Akwa Ibom State, but diversely we spread around the entire FCT. And we felt it is high time that we gather ourselves and see how we can chart a way forward, not for us per se, but to let our children understand how our language could become an identity for them.
Speaking mother's tongue cannot be overemphasized. For the benefit of identity, it's very important for our children to speak our mother's tongue, to identify themselves with their culture. Again, they can never be lost if they know how to speak their own mother's language. They will be able to fit in to any group from their side. They will be able to also understand the values of their different cultures.
The events organized under the Catch Them Young initiative sought to curb the decline of the Akwa Ibom language and instill pride in the young generation.
We're trying to encourage our children to be very proud to speak our language wherever they are, because it is one of the major languages in this country. At least one of the fourth largest language by proper history of Nigeria. And that's basically why we said we gather our children, educate them on our culture, our dressing, and the values of the average Akwa Ibom person, including our cuisine. And the children have been very happy, very, very happy.
Cultural experts took the children through different sessions, ranging from music, dance, and indigenous cuisines to fashion, language, and ethics. Adede Francis Ibar, who declared the conference open, stressed the deep bond between music, dance, and festivals as a vital expression of identity.
Back home, this mother tongue must come back to the curriculum of the school. In those days, I remember, in those days we used to have Efik as the language, one of the languages in the curriculum of the school. But nowadays, it's no more there. So they should also bring it back so that our language will not go into extinction.
In the culinary segment, Dr. Mrs. Ekaite Ebong introduced the children to iconic Akwa Ibom dishes, from a dikangikong to a pankokwo, while teaching kitchen morals and home values.
Today we are here to talk about the food, the things we have in Akwa Ibom. This looks yummy. What's this? Pepper sauce. Who loves fish, roasted yam, and pepper sauce? You just take the fish. because you've not tasted the new yam that is well roasted.
Adede barrister Anyefioki Ba showcased traditional attires of the Ibibio, Anang and Oro tribes.
Can you clap for him? In fact, this is the best. He's the best. What's your name? Just partner. Clap hand for him again. Can you walk? You didn't open your leg, but at least you have done it. Be proud of your cultural attire and be proud of where you come from. You cannot dress as an Igbo man and be proud of, or dress as a Yoruba person, and then you don't want to dress like an Akwa Ibom person. So we have to embrace our cultural attire that signifies that we are from a particular state, which is an Akwa Ibom. So that when you appear in your dressing, you don't need to tell them your name. They will know, this one is an Akwa Ibom man or Akwa Ibom woman.
While Comrade Dr. Tommy Okonetum led the language session, urging parents to reinforce mother tongue usage at home.
Nsidomi. Nsidom. Kiko gangre go die. Abe go die.
It is very important because when you know where you are coming from, you know where you are going to. And language, is a culture that the people are proud of. For instance, if our children want to contest for governorship of their state, they cannot be speaking English or they cannot be speaking through interpreter. It therefore means that the language will be a means that they will communicate effectively to the people. And we believe that a true son of the soil must value his or her dialect. It is very important. You can't do without your dialect. No matter where you grow from, no matter where you were born, like we always said, there's no place like home. So there's no place, no language than your language.
Beyond learning, the day was filled with side attractions, fashion parade, quizzes, cultural displays, and even fun games for parents, creating an atmosphere of unity and bonding. Union leaders, including Honorable Paul Epo, member representing 18th Federal Constituency, and Honorable Dr. John Harry, lamented the neglect of the mother tongue and urged parents to deliberately pass it on to their children.
I'm very adamant not to even envisage the future that my child, my son, that I come from Ibibio, will not understand my language. Which language you don't understand? If you don't understand the language of your blood. So you must carry the language of your blood alongside whatever you become in the world. You must understand that you come from somewhere and you must not forget that source. So I envisage a future that our children, as we start today, will be able to speak our language in Russia, we'll be able to speak our language in America, we'll be able to speak our language anywhere in the world. And of course, these young people that are running up and down here, tomorrow, you don't know what they will be. So when they meet each other outside this country, they'll be able to communicate and communicate well. They can be able to give themselves directions that will help them. It's not in every situation. Maybe you meet someone in a very, security, not very comfortable, not very conducive. You can tell them in your language, so they understand that what we are doing today is realizing that they cannot, because we never forgot our language. So they will not, in this generation, forget what we passed to them.
If we play our roles as parents, it is incumbent on us to ensure that the language that we grew into, that we grew up with, we also transmit the same into our children and the children that will come in the future. So, but when we derail from this perspective, what you find is a total disconnect of language from our children. And that is what subsequently would cause the death of the continuation of language in our children. Now we now begin to depend on other languages for understanding. So I think it is very critical that parents would have to be intentional, we have to be deliberate in ensuring that the children that we have brought up would also have to grow up with our languages.
We should try and use our dialects in talking to our children at home so that they will learn, because it's very easy to learn English language. We speak English everywhere, but the mother tongue, if a child skips at this early age, it's very difficult for him or her to learn when he grows old. So it's very important for us to try and inculcate the habit of speaking our mother languages at home.
Parents also, they have a duty at home to also speak the language, our own language, to their children. It's not always English, Western language, foreign languages. Let us also look at the possibility of teaching our children our language, making our children speak our language in our various homes.
I believe and I know that the family is the root of the society. If the family can get it right, I believe that the society will be a better place to live in. That is why the family is, we are making sure that everything starts from the family.
The role of the parents is very, very and absolutely important, in the sense that the parents are the first teachers before they're actual school teachers. So the parents should be able to uphold the cultural values by teaching the children everything that has to do with their heritage, their roots, their culture at home, speaking the language with the children, communicating, telling them what different things in the local dialect mean, their interpretation. So it's very, very important.
As we have started speaking Akwa Ibom to our children in the language, you could see the difference. We have in a Ibom Family Union, tell them to go back home and speak the language to our children. And so that has really, really improved the status quo of where they were. You can see today our children were answering questions in our language, they were making sentences in our language. And so it's a very good thing. It's something that I'm very proud of, that our work is not in vain, as you could see it displayed amongst the children.
The children could not hide their joy.
I learned about the various words, like I did not know that Edem means rain, I did not know that Ebot means goats, all those basic words like that. I don't know, basic words like that. They gave me proper lecture on them and things, and how to dress the Calabar attire, the Akwa Ibom attire that is used. I'm very glad, I'm very excited that I was able to be present for this. I'm very happy to be here.
Many of us are living in a township area, so it's going to be hard for us to process it, since all of us speak English here. This is a Hausa region most especially, so finding who you want to communicate the language is going to be hard. So I think it was nice for us to learn the language. So if we go back to where we come from, which is Akwa Ibom, we can easily communicate with people Akwa Ibom there rather than using English all the time. So I think it was helpful to us.
Learning my tribal language is a very good thing and makes me proud of who I am and where I come from.
It was very exciting and very well. I learned many things about our culture and the things I couldn't learn before.
I don't know most of the words in my language, so this function was important, so I can know most of them and pass this on to our generation, so we cannot forget ourselves.
It developed me in some special aspects, because there are some parts in my tribe I don't know, like the dressing and the language. This class helped me to develop myself culturally.
The events also coincided with the birthday of Mrs. Ibom Jackson, adding a joyful side celebration.
jolly good fellow, for she's a jolly good fellow, for she's a jolly good fellow. And so says all of us. And so says all of us.
The conference ended with the presentations of certificates, gifts, and a colorful cultural dance.
Jeffrey in MSC, Idom Woo!
Children carried placards proudly reading, "I love Akwa Ibom" and "Proudly Akwa Ibom." From Lordswill Academy in Gwarimpa, Abuja, the 2025 Family Union Children's Conference was more than a gathering. It was a reminder that preserving language is preserving identity.